Today on the Toyverse, we look at the MEZCO 112 Collective Space Ghost Hanna-Barbera action figure. And let's just give a quiet round of applause to the MEZCO 112 team, for delivering such an awesome looking figure. I mean, until you hold this thing in your hands, you're really not going to appreciate just how wonderful this thing looks. I know I've said in other reviews how I like how the transitions have been from paper to plastic form, but I think this one may be the best in terms of animation to plastic form. This thing is certainly off the hook, as the cool kids like to say. So let me bring it in a little more. We can look at it aesthetically and we'll go from there. So bringing this bad boy in, let's start with a tremendous head sculpt. I mean, really wonderful. You got that exaggerated chin. You got this menacing yet confident stare. A stare that's so lovely. A stare that could pierce right into your soul. Bring it down a little bit. You see the beautiful Space Ghost logo, nicely sculpted and painted. This cloth cape that he has, it looks wonderful too. I mean, and it's got wire in a cape, which I'll talk about in a few, but that looks really awesome as well. Then we got the gauntlets here that are sculpted and painted tremendously. No complaints about that whatsoever. The hands look great. And the cloth suit looks fantastic. And the plastic boots on the bottom, wrapped around the cloth of the figure, really look outstanding as well. So overall, I'm certainly impressed by this thing. I'm in love with it. And I'm pretty sure you're sick and tired of hearing me say that. So let's break down articulation and we'll go from there. So for the head can actually look up a fair bit. It can look down until it falls off. The ball peg does pop off pretty easily, at least on mine. It can go side to side, which is nice, and do that Exorcist 360 spin. For the upper body, he can lean back a fair amount, and then he can lean forward a fair amount. But it does get bunched up a little bit right here, so just be aware of that. As for the arms, they can go back that much, and then you bring it back down, and they can go forward that much. You got a bicep cut right here, double bend at the elbows, and a ball peg system for the hand. And the cool thing is the gauntlets do rotate, and it's the same on the other side. He does have a waist cut that allows it to move that much, but it's hindered naturally by the cloth suit. As for the splits, and he can go about that far out, but his package right here does get in the way. He's got a thigh cut, double bend at the knees, very nice. And the foot does have some ankle pivot. It's a little more hindered by the cloth, but there's enough in my opinion. You can go up that much, which isn't really a lot. You can go down that much. So overall, a very good amount of articulation. Is it the best articulation? No, but it's certainly enough. Speaking of articulation, let's go over the sculpt and articulation of Space Ghost sidekick right here, known as Blip. And isn't this the creepiest monkey you've ever seen? I mean, imagine him staring at you while you're making love to someone. Or whoopee, as the cool kids say. Very creepy indeed. But he is sculpted very nicely. No cloth goods on him. It's all sculpt and paint. And it's done tremendously. Tail, very nice. The jetpack looking thing here on the back, very cool. Blip's rocking and rolling, if I say so myself. His hands are done very nicely too, along with that fur, which is very cool. So, Blip's articulation. He has like a ball peg here. It just pops off right here. It can go side to side, spin around, do that exorcist thing. He's got a hinge in the arms that give him full 360. He's got a ball peg type thing at the elbow. It looks somewhat ugly in certain angles, but it's not horrible. That allows your rotation right here as well. No rotation in the hands. A minor gripe I have with the Blip figure would have to be that he doesn't have a waist cut. I think that would have been awesome to include, but they didn't. But, you know, the fact that you're getting a Blip figure makes it even that much cooler. So, really, if you're going to super complain about that, you may want to check your toy collecting at the door. But, what do I know? As far as the tail, it is on a swivel that allows it to move full 360. No bend or anything. Once again, slightly disappointed, but not the worst thing. He does have a ball hinge, I guess, at the legs. And a ball peg at the knee, so you get rotation. It can spin around, do all that cool stuff. And then he does have ball peg in the feet with some pivot action there. So, overall, pretty fantastic sidekick, if I say so myself. So, let's go ahead and talk about those awesome accessories. So in terms of our accessories, Space Ghost is loaded coast to coast. See what I did there, folks? For starters, he's got the set of laser hands, which are very nicely sculpted and painted. Now, all the plastic on this is a little bit hollow, so I would recommend being careful with it, but it's painted and sculpted very nicely. And with this set, it's basically an additional set of hands, which is very cool because they just plug in. You got a right and a left one for that. So that's awesome. And this ice effect thing we got going on is another hand. You only get one, which is more than acceptable, but it is sculpted and painted very nicely, and it just pegs right into the Space Ghost figure once you remove the hand that's currently attached. Now for the rest of the accessories, we have the gas effect. Now what you do with these is you just peg it in to the corresponding hand, and there's a letter in there. I think some of them say both, like that one, and I think one of the others says right or left. But this gas effect, very nice, done in this translucent green, looks quite wonderful if I say so myself. Very cool. Then you have this extended flame effect, very nicely painted and sculpted, looks amazing. You're going to have lots of fun posing this guy around with all the different effects you see here. And then you got this gaseous flame looking effect, which is done very nicely as well. MEZCO has really loaded you up with accessories here, and quite frankly, it's really awesome. So let me bring in the hands here for a moment, and then we'll talk about the final piece in terms of accessories. Now on to even more accessories. You got fist hands. You got laser like pointing hands for the gauntlets. You got flying hands, and you got open like powerful hands. And of course, you have this wonderful head scan of a happy Space Ghost. A Space Ghost that's enjoyed a cheeseburger, if you will. And that's always a plus in this day and age. So that's pretty cool. Now let's bring in the base, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So as for the base, it's done in this bright yellow with the Space Ghost logo attached to it, which is pretty fantastic. And it comes with this handy dandy back scratcher. I'm just kidding, it's a flight stand. It's got articulation, and it just pegs right into the system right here. So, pretty cool if I say so myself. Now, there is one thing I forgot to do, so let me talk about that for a moment. Bringing Space Ghost back in, I wanted to talk about the articulation in his cape. The wires plug right in, and they look great. The cool thing is you can get the cape to do this, but you can get it to bend in all sorts of cool ways. And it even bends at the bottom, which is pretty neat, if I say so myself. And if that didn't tickle your fancy enough, it bends in so many cool ways. You're going to have fun posing this cape. Lost my train of thought there. I apologize for that. Let's do the size comparison, and let's call this video a day, folks. So here is a quick size comparison. On the left side of your screen, you will see the MEZCO 112 Spock, looking fantastic. In the middle, you have our lovable Space Ghost, who looks a little sad right now. I'm not sure why. And on the right side of your screen, you have the DC Collectibles Constantine, which will be coming up soon, folks. So, the MEZCO's obviously fitting together wonderfully. He is a little shorter than a DC Collectibles figure, but for most 6-inch lines, he should fit in just fine. So, overall, if you can, pick up this figure. He is definitely worth the price of admission. I promise you, you have this thing in your hands, you're going to love the way it feels. I guarantee it. I also think that was like a Men's Warehouse quote. But hey, whatever. So, if you can, pick it up. If not, hey, these things happen. Look for it. Wherever you pick up stuff at, be it on like eBay, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Tons of places you can pick up this figure from. So that's pretty neat. So thank you as always, guys, for showing some love and support. I appreciate it. Make sure to follow Undercover Capes on Twitter. You can find all that information in the link below, along with all my follow information in the link below. Make sure to check out the Undercover Capes website, too, at undercovercapes.com. There is a ton of geekery going on over there. You're going to love it. Or else my name ain't Bob O'Mac. But it really isn't when you really think about it. Wow. This interview's gone on too long. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned at the end for a slideshow. And if you're on Instagram and you're taking pictures of your toys, make sure you use the hashtag TOYLOVERCREW to get your toy art featured. Thank you as always, and tally-ho!